Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, I wanted to talk about yield curve control. Most people still think yield curve control is somewhere on the horizon that'll happen when the Fed announces it. I think it's already happening. And I'll show you what I mean. We had the 7-year auction and it was really bad. What happened was a lot of these foreign buyers' demand just absolutely plunged. It plunged from 64.10% to just 38.06%. The foreigners, they don't have an appetite for US debt. So the domestic demand had to pick up a little bit, and it did. But even so, dealers were left with a whopping 39.81%. I mean, right after that auction, we saw yields just spike on Thursday. I mean, everyone saw it. You know the Fed was watching this, for sure. And they definitely got involved. On Friday, they absolutely monstered yields. The 2-year went from 0.184 to 0.121. The 7-year went from 1.234 down to 1.126. 10-year started at 1.5445 and went all the way down to 1.415. And then the 30-year, 2.309% all the way down to like 2.152. I mean, absolutely insane. Those were probably some of the biggest drops in yields I've seen in a while now. And I don't think it's any coincidence. I mean, yield curve control, all it is really is more quantitative easing. And what's funny to me is that, yeah, definitely we didn't have much demand from that 7-year auction. And that was clear. Yet the next day, after that disastrous auction, bonds are just suddenly bought up. But by who? Well, probably the Fed. It's funny because Powell has been speaking a lot this week. A lot. And the words that came out of his mouth were just absolutely appalling. In fact, one of the most appalling things he said this week was that the Fed's actions in terms of bond purchases, they don't have an effect on the interest rates. And I was like, what? They're fooling no one. Clearly what happened yesterday on Friday, that was yield curve control. There is no doubt about it. Do I think the Fed would come out in the open and admit that they're actually doing yield curve control? Absolutely not. I mean, already they're denying that there's any inflation. They're denying their role in propping up this market. Why in the world would they admit to anything? Especially to yield curve control. I don't see it. I think people are still waiting for the Fed to come out at some point and say that they're going to do yield curve control. I think they're already doing it. And Friday was absolute proof of that. This is all they can do, merely buying themselves time. But the writing's already on the wall. So anyways, that's it from me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out. Please like, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you all in the next one.